So I received another question about building muscle. So it is something that I get a lot of. Obviously, being a personal trainer, I do receive a lot of messages about training, what's the best way to train to build muscle, what's the fastest way to build muscle. And this question in particular was, what is the fastest way to build muscle? So there is a massive flaw in this question that I want to get to shortly. But first of all, I want to address some things that are going to help you to build muscle faster than rather if you didn't have them in your routine. So first of all is you need to have some sort of split or program that you are following that allows for your body to adapt and recover before you train the same muscle group. So put simply, it would mean like one day you can train your back, one day you can train your chest, one day you could train your biceps. And that way you're giving your chest time to recover while you're working your back and your biceps. So I wouldn't recommend doing a bro split, like one muscle group a day. I would much prefer supersets. I think supersets are what's got me to look the way that I am. So for those of you that don't know what a superset is where you train one muscle group, say your chest, and then you go straight into a back exercise and you do them without any rest in between. So that is a superset, and that is how I've managed to basically get the physique that I have. Obviously, I've been training for a number of years, about 5 or 6 now, like really going hard at it. And so supersets are going to work in your favor. You got to have a program, and you got to make sure that your program incorporates supersets. So number 2 is intensity. If you think that just rocking up to the gym is going to get you results, you are wrong. You need to be pushing yourself beyond the comfort zone. So we know that there's a point where we're training a muscle and it tends to start hurting. We tend to feel fatigue. That's when the muscle is starting to really develop. So you guys probably would have heard of David Goggins, or I know a lot of you probably would. He has a great 40% rule, and he says that when you think you have hit your absolute max, that means that you're only at 40% of your absolute max. So that's a really good rule to keep in mind when you're training your body. So when you think you're pushing hard, you're really not. Like you can go a lot harder. So don't limit yourself to when you get tired. You got to push until you're done, until you can't lift anymore, until your muscles just say no. Obviously that can be quite an extreme level, but if you want results that speak for themselves, that is the level of intensity you need to be pushing at. And just so you know, that is me in every workout. You guys don't see all of my workouts. You see a lot of my jumping around and doing all the fancy stuff, but if it wasn't for all the hard work that I've done, I wouldn't even be able to do any of that fancy stuff. So I do both, I've got to be high intensity interval training. I've got to be that explosive athlete, but I also want to be strong and I want to have a nice physique. So when it comes to building your physique, you do need to build muscle. And in order to build muscle, you need to be intense. It has to be hard. Which brings me to the third point, which is probably the main takeaway that I want you guys to take from this. The question that I was asked was, how do I build muscle faster? Or what is the fastest way to build muscle? I think it was those exact words. Now, if you want to build muscle fast, I would honestly suggest don't even bother. Like, if you're not willing to be in this for the long haul, then this development, this personal development is not the right thing for you. Building muscle is not it's not an instant thing. Like, you have to realize that you need to fall in love with the process. We live in a society nowadays where everything is so instant. We get our social media, meals. It's like you just order a meal and they deliver it to you. Like, same day shipping is becoming a big thing now. All of these things where it's instant. When it comes to building your body, it's not going to be instant. And the cool thing about building your body is if it was instant, you wouldn't even appreciate the results. The reason we see someone who has a 6-pack and we think, wow, like they must have worked hard to get that, is because we know they don't get 6-packs overnight. It's a whole journey. It's a whole process. If you want it now, it's just not going to happen. all right? Anyone that tells you otherwise is probably trying to sell your program. You know that I do programs, but I do not sell the idea that you are going to make it easy, because it's not. It's a long-term game. You can have instant progress. You can see results really quickly, but if you want amazing results, then it takes time, okay? And I'm saying this from a place of experience. I'm saying this from a place of love, because I don't want anyone to go in and go hard at this journey and expect to see results overnight. It doesn't work that way, okay? You can see amazing results in a very short amount of time. I'm not ruling that out, but you have to realize that this is a journey, and the journey makes it all worthwhile. When it comes to training your body, guys, there is a deep, deep connection between the body and the mind. So it's not so much about the body that you get, but it's about who you become. Like, there is such a beautiful relationship between training your body, because every time you push a little bit harder, you show up for your workout, you don't press snooze, you wake up early, you show that discipline even when you're tired, you're developing the characteristics of someone who deserves to have an incredible body. It's about being disciplined. It's about showing commitment. It's about saying that no matter what, this is my goal and this is who I want to become. It's all about the mental processes. It's about the person who you become at the end of having that body. So that is probably my best advice. Of course, you guys know that I write programs. If you want a program, feel free to send me a message. My programs are not for everyone, okay? They are very intense if you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not willing to really probably train harder than you ever have, then I wouldn't recommend it. But you can send me a message. Of course, I'm happy to help. Keep your intensity up, guys. If you want results, you got to go hard. You got to get after it. But remember, it's not about the body that you get. It's about who you become on the journey to achieving it. If it's going to be a long path, like if it's going to take you 3 years to achieve the desired outcome that you want, you may as well like put that in your mind. Like, say, this is going to take me 2 or 3 years to get to where I want to get to. I may as well get ready for that and get ready to enjoy it. The reason why, and this is golden, the reason why I've managed to achieve the physique that I have, and thank you for your messages about it. I do appreciate it and I do see them. Thank you. The reason that I've been able to get this is because I love it. Like, I love coming to the gym every day. I love working hard. I love showing up and putting in the work. If you guys fall in love with the process, it makes it so much easier. So every day, you don't even care that you're not seeing results. You're just like, you're doing it anyway because you love the process. So this isn't for everyone, but everyone can learn to fall in love with the process of becoming a better person, okay? So keep that in mind. I hope that helps. If you want it faster, you got to use supersets, go strong with those, push hard, and of course, be ready for a long process regardless, and think about who you are becoming, okay? I hope that helps, and I will chat with you guys another time. See ya.